Okay, so today it's cooking Saturday in the Mandira Spice Kitchen, and I'm starting off with the baklava. So I have got here my filo, which has been cut down to size to fit that tray and covered with a damp tea towel. I've got my mixture of walnuts and pistachios here, which I've just blitzed, like pulsed until they come out kind of like just ground and slightly into very, very small pieces, let's say, so not ground down to dust. And then I've got my pistachio, which I have ground down to dust. This is what is going to be put on the baklava after the syrup goes on. And talking about syrup, it's right there. So I've got sugar syrup there with just sugar, water, some lemon, and I've added some orange blossom water to that just to give it a really nice flavour. I'm going to start by layering it all up now. And we've also got some melted butter. So yeah, time to start putting the baklava together. Okay, so this is the third sheet down. I've literally buttered the tray, the sides and the bottom of the tray, and then started to put the filo sheets in one by one, and each sheet is getting coated with melted butter. And I'm going to continue like this until I've got 12 sheets, and then we'll put the filling in, and then we'll continue with the remaining 12 sheets. So yeah, as you can see, it fits quite nice and snug into the tray. I did have to cut a little bit of the overhang off, but you can adjust that once you put the pastry in and you know, see how it fits into the size of the tray. Okay, so I'm at the halfway mark now. I have buttered and layered 12 sheets, even though it doesn't look like it, but yeah, there's 12 sheets there. And I'm going to go in with this walnut, pistachio and cinnamon mixture. So to the walnuts and pistachios I added 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and just gave that a bit of a mix. And even before it's baked, it already smells like baklava. It smells so nice. I'm just going to spread the nuts evenly, and then I'm going to carry on with layering the remaining 12 sheets. Okay, so I've done all the sheets. I've got the mixture in the middle. I've got 12 layers of filo at the bottom, the filling, and then 12 layers of filo on the top. I've buttered the top sheet and I have cut, and I don't have a helper today, so unfortunately I've had to cut it before and now explain it to you. So when you're making the baklava, you want to cut down all the way to the bottom till you get to the bottom of the tray. So you go from one corner all the way to the other corner, and then start working along the other sides, making parallel lines. Okay, so now I've done it that way, I'm going to start doing it the other way until we've got like diamond shapes. So once I've got my diamond shapes, it's ready to go into the oven, but I will show you what that looks like once I've done the other side. Okay, so this is ready for the oven now. I've got my lovely baklava cut all the way through. I've got loads of lovely diamond shapes there, so I've got pick and choose today to be able to give enough diamond pieces to my customers. And personally, I like all the little offcuts along the edges. The reason we have to cut all the way through, and I always make sure that when I score it once, I score it again as well, just to hear that knife hit the bottom of the tray. And that's why I always use a glass tray making baklava. So if you don't score it beforehand, you cannot cut this afterwards because the filo will just be too crispy. And what you want is when it comes out the oven, and we're going to put the syrup over the top as soon as it comes out the oven, the cold syrup on the hot baklava, and it will go through all of the gaps and it will just like soak through the layers of the pastry. So yeah, this is going to go in the oven now for 45 minutes, and I'm going to cook it for that long and see how it looks. If it's not as golden as I want it, then I'll keep it in a bit longer. I'll show you what it looks like after. Here it is, looking lovely. So now I'm going to put on the sugar syrup. I love that sound. I'm going to make sure every single piece is coated. I'm going to keep going on until all the syrup is finished. There we go. And now for the decoration. Oh, it looks so good. It smells so lovely. I can't wait to tuck in. Here is the finished baklava. See, you don't need to go to a shop. This is actually really easy to make. And you can get on with other things while it's in the oven baking. And I'm just going to stick that in the oven for about 2-3 minutes, just to allow some of that syrup to soak in.